Namaste, welcome to the class. We might be doing too much sitting down these days, I don't know, but are we sitting the right way? Today we're going to work on the glutes around the bottom. So some people are quite good at sitting with the legs crossed, others aren't. We're going to start off today just with the legs crossed and do that a bit more. So you need to be on a block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, even a little stool. If it's really uncomfortable, then just bring your feet in a comfortable position. So we're trying to cross the shins rather than the ankles, bringing the toes under the knees, and the knees shouldn't be up here higher than the hips, because it doesn't release the hips. Okay, so you can take more support cushions or whatever, it will get much more comfortable, and the back will start to work. We're not using a chair. When we sit this way, we have to use our muscles, and that's what they're meant for. So today you'll need 2 blocks of firm cushions, maybe a belt for some people. So strong glutes. So the glutes support the lower back, the hips and the knees. Helps with freeing up the pelvis and the stabilising as well, the pelvis, depending what you're doing. So very important really, quite big muscles obviously. So can we get into a comfortable position first of all? You can bring the backs of your hands lightly on your thighs, elbows out a little so the chest is open. You can lightly hold your knees. Some people find that's quite helpful for lifting the spine. See what's comfortable for you, because we're all different, aren't we? And see how you feel. But we should be lifting the spine, lifting the collarbone, crown of the head, and feeling comfortable. So just close your eyes for a minute. I'm going to read you from Patanjali about asana is a steady, comfortable posture. Well, obviously not always for everybody. So, you know, you might have realised that most of these Sanskrit terms end up with the word asana, which means the posture that brings comfort and steadiness. Any pose that brings this comfort and steadiness is an asana. If you can achieve one pose, that is enough, he says. It may sound easy, but in how many poses are we really comfortable and steady? As soon as we sit in a particular position, there's a small cramp here, a tiny pain there. We have to move this way and that. Continuously, we are reminded of our legs, hands, hips and spine. Unless the body is perfectly healthy and free from all toxins and tensions, a comfortable pose is not easily obtained. Physical and mental toxins create stiffness and tension. Anything that makes us stiff can also break us. Only if we are supple, we're subtle as well, only if we are supple, we will never break. This reminds me of a conversation between a weed and a big tree. You can cross your legs the other way now, if you like. You can always change the cross. Reposition yourself. Both grew on a bank of a swiftly running jungle river. One day the tree looked down at the tiny weed and said, "Hey, you puny little creature, why do you stand near me? Aren't you ashamed to be by my side? See how great, big and tall I am. How sturdy and strong. Even an elephant cannot move me. But look at you, huh? You shouldn't have come here. People will see the difference. and laugh at you. Why don't you move elsewhere? The weed bent her head. Sir, she said, what can I do? I didn't come here purposely. I just happened to be here. I know I'm not so strong and stiff as you, but please pardon my presence. All right, boomed the big tree, but remember your place. This conversation happened during the rainy season. The very next day, a heavy rain came, inundating the jungle and causing a terrible flood. When a river floods, it erodes the banks and pulls down anything in its way. Coming in such force, the water pulled down the great tree instantly. But the weed bent down, flattened herself completely, and let the water run over her. When the flood passed, she rose up again. Looking this way and that, she wondered, what happened to the great tree? I don't see it. From far away, she heard the trees reply, I'm being pulled down by the water. I should have been humble and simple and supple like you. Now I'm being destroyed. What we need is the strength of steel, but with steel's flexibility, not like crude iron, which is very strong and hard but breaks. The body must be so supple it can bend any way you want it to. Such a body will always be healthy, we hope, and tension-free. The moment we sit down for meditation in such a body, we'll forget it, so that you can concentrate on meditation. So, let's see what we can do today, feeling comfortable and steady. So we're going to do sun salute in a minute, but we'll just do a couple of stretches in this cross-legged position. So from the hip crease here, lifting up, but heavy in the hips, lengthen. Breathe in, breathing out, come forward. As you breathe out, suck the tummy back, fingertips here, or you could use another block, that's quite nice as well, and walk forward, depending on, if you can't bend so much here without bending over, then you need a block. So going forward, 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 forward. Breathing in, breathing out, softening the shoulders and upper body, firm from the hips and legs down, and then walking back, back, back. Breathe in and lift, breathe out, turn to the right, so be it now, it's going to stretch over the right knee. So, but keeping this left side down and stable, and start to stretch, particularly on the out breath, the stretch, but not overstretching, so this comes up on the other side. Just lengthening, lengthening. Take a breath or two. And then walking back, back, back. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out and turn to the left. And then again, keeping the right side down and stable. Just extending over the left side. Breath or two and coming back. Okay. Then we're going to get up, have a little stretch first, and do the sun salutation just a couple of times. So coming up and standing at the front of your mat. Get anything out of the way. Good firm Tadasana, and then Namaste. Breathe in. I'm going to do a little bit slowly. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right leg back. Knee down, look up. So this is a lunge position which we're going to use later. Breathing out into plank and hold, and knees chest forward down. Breathe in into cobra, elbows in, down into dog, heels down. Now energy here, big step forward with the right, or use your hand to get it forward. Step with the left. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands in, namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the left foot right back. Knee down, look up. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down smoothly into cobra. Down into dog. Breathe in, big step forward, left with energy. Breathe out, right. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out. Hands in line with toes. And now, a good lunge back with the right leg, knee down. Into plank. On and out breath, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra, out into dog. Breathe in, step forward left. Breathe out right. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right foot back. Hold. Breathe. To plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathing into cobra, out into dog. Breathe in, step forward right. Breathe out left. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into namaste. One more. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Now, big step forward. Breathe. Knee down. Look up. Into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra, out into dog. Big step forward, left, energy, then right. Breathe in, stretch up and back, and into namaste. Take a couple of breaths. Nice easy breaths, calming down a little bit. And then we're going to go on all fours. Hands under the shoulders, knees under hips. Now, we are going to stretch the right arm forward and left leg back. So start to tuck the toes under of the left foot, slide back and then stretch along. And then, you've got to balance. So stretch the heel away, toes down, breathe. So the leg is straight out behind you. And the arm is straight out in front of you. Breathe and change. Onto all fours. Stretch the, start to slide the right leg back and the left arm forward. Extend both. So lift the leg, not high, just in line, in a straight line as much as you can. Stretch the heel away, toes down, stretch the arm. Balance, breathe, and down. Back to all fours. We're going to stretch the right arm to the right and the left leg out to the left. So we're trying to stretch from the hip to the heel in a straight line if you can. And the other arm straight out from the shoulder. Breathe, stretch the heel, bring the toes towards you of the left leg. Breathe. Come back to all fours again. Stretching the right leg out, stretch the heel away, toes towards you, straight out if you can. So try to bring it a little bit forward if you don't think it's at a good angle. And then stretching the left arm. And lengthen. Do you think the hips feel even? You're stretching the heel a lot and bring the toes towards you, the leg. And then back to all fours. You can go down into child. Toes together, knees apart, stretch forward into child. And keep the bottom back as much as you can. Try and keep the bottom down on your heels, or you can place a block between the heels and the bottom. Extend forward. Try and bring the forehead down if you can. And then onto fingertips, look along the mat. Smile, breathe, and feel the extension from the fingertips right through to your bottom. And the shoulders away from the ears. Nice extension here, breathing. Okay, come back to all fours. Now we're going to do dog with the head down. And then we're going to be bringing a leg forward like we do on sun salute. Okay, so spreading the fingers, the middle finger in the middle, trying to work the arms, particularly the upper arm, out, firm, so there's that turn, isn't there, of the elbows. Move the knees back a little bit, tuck the toes under, breathe in. Breathing out, big suck in of the tummy and lift really high. Any higher. Pin your bottom to the ceiling as much as you can, bring the heels back. Don't worry if they don't reach the mat, keep striving for that. Shoulders away from your ears, move back. Bring the backs of the knees back to face the wall behind you. Breathe. Now, can we breathe in and come forward with the right leg? So you can get it there somewhere, somehow. And bring the back and the knee of the left leg down with the toes tucked under, fingertips, and look up. Breathe. Okay. Now, you can move the foot a little bit forward, so you've got more stretch here on the front thigh, and also you can feel, if you've got your hand around the bottom, you can feel some work there. If it's not comfortable for your knee, you need to bring a cushion or something. Okay. And we're going to come up, and we're going to go into Anjaneyasana and lift the arms. Now this is a strong posture. You have to engage your lower abdomen. Breathe in, breathing out, we're going to straighten the back leg. Breathe in, breathing out, straighten the back leg. Nothing's happened to the front leg, and we're trying to lift up. And smile. Breathe. This is your easy, comfortable posture. So they say. And release. Back to dog with the head down. Into the posture. With the chest towards your thighs, thighs towards the back wall. Shoulders away from your ears. Breathe. Okay, get ready for the lunge. Breathe in. Breathing out, big step forward. Knee down. Right knee down. Right, so this nice angle here. Hold it there. Fingertips, look forward first, breathe, make sure those toes are tucked under of the right leg. Move a little bit forward now with this front leg so we get the stretch on the right leg. And so then, see if you can balance and lift up, and can we straighten the leg from there. Breathe in, breathe out, straighten. Nothing should have happened to the front leg. Breathe, lengthen. Lengthen even more. Smile. Breathe. Good. Knee down. Come back to dog with the head down. Take a couple of breaths. Into child, full child, with toes together. Knees apart, backs of your hands by your feet, head down, release. And just take a couple of breaths there. Okay, so we're going to come up to standing now and do Utkatasana chair pose. You'll need 2 blocks. Place 1 block between the thighs here, so there's the short end that you can see there, and legs and feet together, and this block. If you can hold it and straighten the arms comfortably, holding it lengthwise, and do so. If you need a bit more space, then hold it this way. Okay. So we're going to squeeze the block as hard as you can. In class I sometimes come pull that, try and pull this block out the other way, so it should be really, really squeezing hard, and you can feel the glute muscles working as well. Okay, Breathe in and lift. So, squeezing the block, lifting the upper block. Now we're going to breathe in, breathe out, and bend the knees. Now keep squeezing the thighs hard on the block. Keep all this going up here. See how far you can go and hold for a couple of breaths. Keep squeezing the block, stretching the arms up. Breathe in, come up. And release. Once more. Breathe in, breathing out, squeeze. Lift. Upper arms should be by your ears. Squeeze. Breathe and come up. And release. I'm just going to do a forward bend. Now.
22.
Okay. Breathe in. Feet facing forward. Breathe out. Just forward. Over, 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 over. Legs straight up. Rest of the body just flowing down. Let the back of the neck go. Take 3 good breaths. Keeping the weight forward. Breathe, shoulders relaxed but not open by your ears. And then place your hands on your hips and breathe in as you extend your straight spine and legs. Breathe in as you come up. And hands in, namaste. Good. We're going to lie down and do bridge position now. So have the feet about hip width. Make sure the feet are facing forward. Slightly pigeon-toed is alright, but not with the toes coming out. So just arrange your feet, move your bottom near your heels and start to lie down. Elbows lying down, head centered. You don't need anything under your head. And start to walk the shoulders down towards the feet a little bit more, and then start to lift your hips. Now we're going to interlace the fingers underneath the hips and down on the mat. So move your shoulders, start to walk down your shoulders towards the feet as well. Arms are straight, use the muscles of your arms, particularly the upper arms, and start to lift the hips up. You might want to come a little bit closer as well. You get a bit of a lift. And we're trying to lift more of the upper back off, so you get a good back bend as well. And the glutes are lifting you up here, aren't they? Okay, so firm arms as well, and that will help you lift. Now we're going to lift one leg. So be firm on the right leg. Now clench the glutes a little bit. Bend the knee in, straighten. Now you've got to press on the arms and keep that right leg in order as well. Breathe and come down. Okay. And then, so you can let go a little bit, then lift up again, breathing in, and breathing out. Right, firm with the arms, press shoulders back and down, firm on the left leg. Now clench a little bit, the glutes, lift a bit more, bend the right knee in, and stretch up. Breathe. A lovely easy pose. And bend in and down. Keep the bridge going. That'll be easy after that. Couple more breaths, and then slowly down, 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 and release down. Just have a little wiggle side to side. Feet away to massage the back a little bit. Bend the knees in, roll onto the right side, push and come up. And just let both legs out, Dandasana. Arms behind, just for 2 breaths. Okay, then we're going to lie down again and bring ankle over the knee. So, well, it's just over the knee actually. So we're trying to flex the foot, so stretching the heel of the toe in towards, and bring this right knee back, because that starts to activate the hip. Okay, and I'm going to breathe in. As we breathe out, lift this leg, thread the needle, so thread the hands through this back leg. You can use the elbow to bring the right thigh back to get this angle. If you want to do a bit more, you can straighten that leg, but keep pressing with the elbow, pressing this knee back away from you. But you'll be pressing with the thigh, obviously, the elbow pressing the thigh. And you get a lovely stretch here, don't you? Very nice. And let's change, other one over. And again, trying to flex the foot, bring this leg back so we get this nice angle here. And then bring the hands through, threading the needle onto the back thigh, pushing with this elbow, pushing the left elbow away, pushing the left thigh away. And if you want to, you can straighten the right leg and feel that nice stretch around the thigh and the glutes. It's a lovely stretch. Breathing, and then bring that down and release. So have a little wiggle out. Now we're going to put the legs up, so you'll need a block to put under your bottom. Now make sure you really, it's under the whole of the, it's under the lower back here, so do move it along. And the bottom is sort of coming off a bit at the front here, and then start to, so make sure you're really well on the block there. Bend the knees in, you can hold round the block or bring the arms down, and then straighten the legs. So this should give you support to keep the legs up and do a little bit of work with straight legs. Make sure shoulders are down, so you might need to bend your elbows. And if you want to do a little bit more stretch on the backs of the legs and around the glutes around a bit further up, you can bring your legs a bit forward, so the bottom slightly off the edge of the block here. And you get a lovely stretch out of that on the all out on the glutes and everything, but obviously the top body relaxed. And that's very nice. A few breaths there. Bring the arms back if you've got to work the tummy if you bring the arms back though. I'll leave that to you. Okay, and then we're going to be bending the knees in. Place one foot down, the other foot down. We could just briefly go into Baddha Konasana and release there. A bit of support there. And then bring the knees together, slip out the block and come down. Just release down a moment. And then the knees in towards you, roll onto the right side and come up. And into Gomukhasana, legs and arms briefly. So, bring the feet on the mat, bring the left heel underneath the right thigh and start to bring this knee a little bit forward. Then cross over. Now, if you find it hard, you can just stay as far as you can get. What we're trying to do is get the heels lined up and the toes out each side, and the knees one on top of the other, but don't force it. And then the full Gomukhasana, the face of the cow, is the right arm back and left arm right arm up, left arm back. So you can do the full posture. But if you can't reach, either take a belt or just do what you can. Okay, so again, the tummy has to work a bit. It's a good stretch around the glutes and the hips. Now undo that carefully and change. Bring the right heel underneath the left side. Try and bring this knee forward a little bit. Cross over. See how far you can get without straining anything. Might bring this one a little bit forward and the other one a little bit back, so knees are lined up. Now, it's for me it's not that comfortable this side, but not too bad today, there is. And then the other arm back, up and the other arm back, lifting up and into full Gomukhasana with legs and arms. Smile, breathe. Can you find ease in the posture? And slowly coming out, into Dandasana. How long have we got?
10.5. 10.5.
Move the flesh of the bottom back, sit on your sitting bones, and just to breathe forward, bend Paschimottanasana. See where you can reach. Just lifting up and over here. But trying to keep the back extended as much as you can. And then release the head. So the legs remain straight and working. And extending the rest of the body. Just release over. Breathe. Breathing in, letting go as you breathe out. Try and get some ease in the posture. Breathing in, breathing out. Letting go. And if you can let go with the breath, it will enable you to do a little bit more without any force or tension. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in and come up. Feet forward. Just have a little release forward there and letting go with the knees bent. And then getting ready for your Shavasana, your relaxation. So make sure you're warm enough, probably warm enough today, and lying down on the mat. So start off with the knees bent, and then start to carefully lie down. So the hands behind you, bottom forward a little bit, lying down, head centered, shoulders away from your ears and arms out, rolling out, and then extend one leg. I'll straighten one leg, straighten the other leg. The legs a little bit apart and let them go. So have a little wiggle around now so that you can be still. Do take glasses off if you're wearing glasses. And as the mind becomes, as the body becomes still, as the eyes become still, the mind may be able to still. Softening your feet, ankles, calves, knees and thighs. Legs becoming heavy. Soften around your hips, pelvis, lower back, tummy. Ribs, chest, shoulders, arms, hands and fingers. Arms heavy, right through to the fingertips, letting go. Release your jaw, your tongue, your throat, the root of your tongue, letting go. Let your eyes soften away from your eyelids. Allow them just to drop down to the sockets, looking a little bit into your heart center. Releasing the corners of your eyes, the bridge of your nose, all around your hairline, your forehead, your ears. Let your brain rest at the back of your head. Letting go. Whole body now feeling lightness, softness, spreading. Giving all your weight away to the earth. Starting to bring your attention into your body, into your own room. And place one foot on the mat, the other foot on the mat. Bend your knees into your chest. Roll onto the right side with your knees up. Just hold it there a moment. Take a couple of easy breaths. Push on your arms up, come to sitting with your legs crossed on the block again. Cross the less familiar way than when we started. You might feel a difference in your hips, there might be some ease there. Hands in Namaste under the breastbone, lifting your spine. Just closing your eyes, centering yourself again. Open your eyes, Namaste, and don't forget all week to find ease, harmless body awareness into your week.